Amsterdam in the 1630s. The canals shimmered under a pale winter sun. Merchant ships lined the harbors, and the air carried the scent of baked bread and exotic spices. This was the Dutch Golden Age, a time when trade, art, and science flourished, and money seemed to grow as fast as the empire itself. In a world so rich, wealth was no longer enough. The true mark of success became refinement, rarity, and taste. And nothing embodied that better than a single delicate flower, the tulip. The tulip had arrived from the Ottoman Empire decades earlier, first cultivated in the gardens of Leiden University. Its beauty was unlike anything Europe had seen. Scarlet, gold, ivory, and the rarest of all, the flame-like petals streaked with multiple colors. At first, tulips were a curiosity among botanists and aristocrats, but soon they became the ultimate status symbol. To own a rare tulip bulb was to show not just wealth, but taste and prestige. And in the thriving markets of Holland, prestige could always be bought at a price. As demand grew, tulip prices began to rise. Growers experimented endlessly, hoping to create new and unique varieties. But the most prized ones, those with broken colors, were not the product of skill, but of chance. By the mid-1630s, tulip bulbs were being traded like gold. Contracts were written, debts exchanged, and fortunes promised for flowers that hadn't even bloomed yet. In taverns and coffee houses, merchants huddled over parchment, shouting bids and sealing deals with a handshake and a drink. A single bulb of the rare Semper Augustus was said to be worth the price of an entire Amsterdam townhouse. Among the crowd was Peter, a young painter struggling to sell his art. One day, he visited the tulip market and watched a dockworker trade a bulb he didn't own for a profit he hadn't yet seen.
A flower worth more than a painting?
Peter whispered to himself.
Then maybe I should be trading bulbs, not dreams.
By 1636, tulip trading had infected the nation like a fever. Butchers, bakers, sailors, and servants, everyone wanted in. They sold homes, borrowed money, even pledged their tools just to buy bulbs. People no longer traded tulips, but promises of tulips, slips of paper representing future ownership. Speculation became a game, and every day new winners emerged. Even Peter, abandoning his paints for parchment, invested in a crimson variety called Flaming Parrot. He dreamed of selling it for 10 times its worth, of opening a studio, of being free from hunger, and for a while it seemed possible. One cold February morning in 1637, a tulip auction was held in Haarlem. The room was full. Chatter filled the air. The first bulb was offered, but no one raised a hand. A moment of awkward silence passed. The second bulb came up. Again, no bid. Someone murmured, "Ed, let's wait a few days. Prices might drop." That single sentence rippled to the crowd like a chill wind. Within hours, confidence collapsed. Buyers vanished. Everyone wanted to sell, but no one was buying. Prices plunged 10-fold, 20-fold, overnight. Peter watched helplessly as the papers in his hand, once worth a fortune, became worthless scraps. The dream had turned to dust. Spring came, and the canals of Amsterdam were quiet again. The fever was gone. No one spoke of tulips anymore. The coffee houses were filled with silence instead of deals. People had lost homes, savings, and hope, but the nation endured. New ships set sail, new ventures began. The Dutch economy recovered, though the memory of madness lingered like a warning. Peter returned to his easel. He painted a somber piece called The Tulip Merchant's Dream, a man holding a wilted flower, paper scattered at his feet, behind him a city sinking in fog. Today, Tulip Mania stands as the first speculative bubble in history, a symbol of human greed, hope, and folly. In modern gardens across the Netherlands, rare tulips still bloom each spring. They stand quietly, without arrogance, as if whispering to the wind, "I was only ever a flower. You were the ones who made me gold." Tulip Mania is more than a story about flowers. It's a timeless reflection on the power of belief, the fragility of value, and the eternal dance between beauty and greed.